Andrew Rodgers from Elkhart, Indiana, doing a little shimmy here for the crowd. He has a tough task in front of him as he'll face the once defeated Kevin Torres, the Diamond Boy. So he makes his way to the ring right now. With his own little singer right here.
Oh, so he did come out to the mariachi officially, huh?
We see the musical guest friend. Oh, he's gonna keep going. Okay. I'll let the man sing.
I don't know at all, but I'm actually quite sure this guy is his brother. They look just alike.
Y de sus hombres, pues que podría decirles que son amigos y nobles en verdad. Y si te olviden sus típicas arañas, qué lindo es todo lo que hay en Mazatlán. Ay, qué bonito el paseo del centenario. Ay, qué bonita también su catedral. Ay, que hasta un pobre se siente millonario. Aquí la vida se pasa sin llorar. Yo soy pureño, nací de aquí muy lejos. Y sin embargo, les digo en mi cantar que tienen todos ustedes un orgullo. El gran orgullo de ser de Mazatlán. ¡Ese grito mexicano!
All right, Mariachi Volume 1 coming to you guys this summer, next summer.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to rock and roll with our main event of the evening. 6 rounds of boxing in the super lightweight division. Damas y caballeros, este es el combate estelar de esta noche. 6 rounds de combate en la división de peso super ligero. It is brought to you by Bobby D Presents, Borizteca Boxing Promotions in association with San Diego House of Boxing and San Diego's Mossy Ford Dealers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the fighters are ready, the officials are ready. San Diego, California, are you ready? For the boxing fans in attendance and the thousands watching around the world, BIB, the best in boxing. We are live from the 4 Points by Sheraton in America's finest city, San Diego, California, USA. Ajusten sus cinturones. Introducing the fighter standing in the blue corner, wearing black and red. He officially weighs in at 140 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina azul, con pantaloncillo color negro con rojo, con un peso de 140 libras. In 13 professional bouts, he stands with 4 victories against 7 losses, 2 draws, and 2 of those victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord de 4 victorias, 7 derrotas, 2 empates y esas victorias por la vía del cloroformo. Hailing out of Elkhart, Indiana, USA, Andrew Chucky Rodgers. And his opponent across the ring, standing in the red corner, wearing black with blue and silver. He officially weighs in the same, 140 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina roja, con pantaloncillo de color negro con azul y plata, con un peso idéntico de 140 libras. He stands with 16 professional bouts, 14 victories, 1 lone defeat, 1 draw, and 13 of those victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta 16 combates profesionales, 14 victorias, 1 derrota, 1 empate y 13 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. From Bellingham, Washington, with blood running in his veins. From Mazatlán, Sinaloa, Mexico, the Diamond Boy, Kevin Torres. To give out the final instructions, your referee, Jose Cobian. 6 rounds. 6 rounds.
I already give you instructions at the dressing room. Ya le di instrucciones a sus esquinas. Touch him up and come back with the belt. Good luck.
Your judges scoring, Pat Russell, Alejandro Rochin, and Angel Mendez. 6 rounds, 6 rounds.
All right, here we go. Main event underway. Let's go.
Kevin Torres, Andrew Rodgers, set to do battle right now. 14-1-1 is Torres. Andrew Rodgers, 4-7-2. Let's see what kind of challenge he'll bring. Rodgers, a very defensive-minded fighter, very weird, awkward style. Torres, known as a big KO puncher. Round 1 underway. Here we go.
Like you said, Marco's a very defensive fighter, giving a lot of guys trouble. All of his opponents, or excuse me, all of his losses have been to opponents with 0 losses or 1 loss. So he's a guy that's here to test you. He's here to test everybody.
It's a different look for Kevin Torres. Can't recall a opponent that's had a very slick and tricky style that he's faced up to this point in his young career.
So his only loss was to a gentleman that did outbox him, was rangy, was boxing, was moving. Take for granted he was a southpaw as well. Aside from the movement, see if Kevin Torres can decipher that puzzle that Andrew Rodgers presents today.
Torres is a guy that's always going to come forward. He's going to always want to set up his power punches. Very big for the weight division at 140 pounds, Kevin.
Yeah, extremely. That's one of the things that's always been like very shocking to a lot of guys when they see Kevin. I said like, he's huge. You know, they can't believe that he's that in that particular weight class. But I mean, at the end of the day, everybody has different genetic makeups, and he's just as specialized in this particular area.
It's taken time for Kevin to go ahead and move down to this division at 140 pounds. This wasn't an overnight process. It's something that's taken quite some time for him. So coming.
Yeah, he started off as a welterweight, I believe. He started doing catch weights, 44, 43, eventually making it down right to 40, Marcos. That's good. He can contend for a world title at 140 pounds.
Yeah, there's no body fat on him, man. He's ripped up.
No,
He corners Chucky Rodgers. Rodgers able to evade those power punches that were being launched by Torres as Torres continues to stalk Rodgers. Quick movement from him. So he lands that jab on the back foot.
Like I said, Rodgers is not going to stand there with him. Kevin Torres, the reason why he knocks dudes out because they sit there with them. They stand there with them. They want to go toe to toe. Rodgers is not going to do that here tonight.
Yeah, Rodgers doing a great job of just slipping these punches. I'm really impressed by his movement and his ability to be able to take the power punches away from Kevin Torres. He's coming to the final 10 seconds of this round number 1. Our main event here at the Sheraton in San Diego. This is the best in boxing on Fight Up TV.
And like you guys said, Rodgers coming with a very defensive style. Obviously, a lot of bouncing. His movement being his style. You know, I think he's still trying to find his offense in the fight at the same time. No, he didn't land too many punches in his fight. So maybe this second round he might find a way to settle down a little bit more and create a little offense.
Yeah, he needs to open up a little bit more. He did make Kevin miss, but you can't win a fight by making the guy miss.
Correct.
You know, you need to land your own shots. So therefore that round closely won by Torres.
Unless you're Willie Pep, you're able to win a round by not throwing a punch and making a miss.
Yeah, even in this replay, we see 2 shots, 3 well, even that last shot kind of clipped him, but majority of those shots coming from Kevin missing.
Though it was enough to win the round.
Marcos.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
no question.
say that about 90% of your viewers here tonight do not know who Willie Pep is.
You never know. We got a very educated boxing audience out there. Will-o-wisp.
Maybe I'll get shunned in the comments. We'll see.
Kevin Torres trying to cut the ring off.
Good shot.
Stop the movement of Andrew Chucky Rodgers. Rodgers wanting to use every single inch of that ring as he counters well, lands a right.
A little bit of background information about Rodgers. A lot of people may not know, but he actually had his boxing career kind of on pause for a little bit because he was involved in a shooting, or he was a victim of a shooting, and I'm glad to see that he recovered from that, and he's pursuing his career again. So big kudos to him for you know.
Ooh, big shot there that sends Rodgers to the floor.
That was 100% low.
That was 100%
That was 100% low.
You are correct.
4, 5, 6. It was right here in the stomach. Get up. Get up. You need to continue fighting. Time. No.
So Rodgers
That was a brutal shot.
in a lot of pain.
That was a brutal low blow.
Yeah.
Brutal low blow.
Trying to shake it off. Should be allowed his 5 minutes in the case of a low blow to be able to shake off the pain.
Typically, the ref gives you 5 minutes. Give him 10, ref. That was a hard shot.
Okay. Come here. 1 point.
Oh! That's huge. 1 point being deducted now from Kevin Torres for a low blow here in round number 2.
I think that's a horrible decision.
You know, this is the second time we see the referee do that with no warnings. But granted, that was a very hard low blow.
See if that makes Torres hyper-aggressive now to try to make up for that.
That was a good clean body shot by Kevin Torres there. Another clean body shot.
Very.
It's both the fighters swinging big but not connecting so far. Torres continuing to push forward.
You know, but Rodgers showing a lot of, you know, just ability to get out of there. He is. Like, his defense is actually helped. Didn't miss that body shot right there.
That was all Torres to the body right there.
100%. It sounded like he was hitting the actual body bag.
But Torres just looking for that one shot to put Rodgers away.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult when somebody's moving so much, Marcos. Rodgers is such a good mover. So the only way that Torres can kind of slow him down is just to jab him to the body. Every time he goes to his left or to his right, let's say Rodgers goes to his right, stop him with the left hook. Throw the left hook. Just make him know that it's there. He's going to his left, throw your right hand. Make him know that it's there. You know, maybe that'll stop him a little bit.
Yeah, and you got to cut the ring off at the end of the day. You know, you can't follow the guy. The more you follow him, the more he's going to continue to do what he's doing. You got to put a halt in his movement to the point that he thinks, I don't know what else to do. You got to confuse his movement.
Yeah, you definitely have to cut off the ring. That's the main part.
If we take a look now at the low blow in question here, Torres.
I don't think I really don't think it was in question.
I
saw
felt that one.
And it was a pretty bad low blow.
Well, the refs seemed to be doing some sort of count at first. Yeesh.
I don't know if it warranted a point deduction right away, but it was pretty bad.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Gonna want to get that checked out after.
Call the doctor.
Yeah, those are the jewels there. We get in round number 2.
And Marcos, that'll take away your legs too. If you're getting, it's almost like getting hit, or it's not almost, it is. It's like getting hit with a really bad body shot. You know, you're getting a low blow.
Can you recover in a span of 30 seconds to a minute from something like that?
He should have taken all 5 minutes, but it's a difficult recovery, even with the 5 minutes.
Kevin Torres looking to build momentum, make his way into more meaningful fights against a higher level competition, but he's a tricky opponent here. As the referee warns him for...
He must not have seen any sweep P clips.
Yeah, that was odd.
That was a quick knee taken by Kevin. I don't know if it was off balance.
It looked like he was off balance.
He lands a good shot.
Wait. Step back.
As a fighter, stylistically, this has to be one of the most challenging styles you can be put up against, right, guys?
Yeah, no question. You got a guy that's a mover. You know, it's a defensive-minded fighter. And you got a guy that is just a big puncher.
Ooh, big counter there from Torres. Follows it up to the body. Power jab from him as he has Rodgers on his back foot. Rodgers responding well to the punches. He's taking them well.
He is.
Folks, we're here ringside, and these punches, the thud, the noise coming from them each time Torres lands. Eesh.
He's losing his composure a lot, though. His movement slowed down. Rodgers, that is. I think those body shots from Kevin Torres are definitely taking their toll and affecting Rodgers a lot right now. But Rodgers has to think about, if he has come here to win, he has to think about, how do I win this fight, not how do I survive in this fight.
Rodgers slipping up a bit there. Torres taking advantage of it now, pounding away to the body as Rodgers moves away from that.
Torres doing the right thing, cutting off the ring, moving his head, sticking behind the jab, and when he gets there, he's attacking the body.
So coming in the last seconds of this round number 3, Kevin Torres has been the one so far pressing the action. Starting to connect a bit more now on these punches from an Andrew Chucky Rodgers that hasn't had much power on the punches to be able to keep Torres off of him.
No, not at all, and it's because he's moving a little, probably a bit much, or not throwing his punches from a solid place.
Chris, is Torres doing the right things to be able to stop an opponent that has a weird, awkward defensive style like Chucky Rodgers? Do you think eventually he'll be able to break him down if he's able to cut the ring off and bang away to the body that he has been doing?
If he continues, like you said, if he continues to go to the body and break down that body, yes, he's going to be able to be successful. That's why, as a corner, you say that. Go to his body. Why? Because you have the guy moving. You want to stop him from moving. Take his body. Take his legs. The head will fall.
So we get round number 4 here. Our main event of the evening, Kevin Torres taking on Andrew Rodgers.
And a quick shot by Rodgers there to start the round.
Torres, power puncher, don't want to blink. Can end a fight at any moment. Rodgers making sure that does not happen to him.
See, Kevin Torres, he has the habit of following his opponent.
Big punch there landed by both fighters.
Like right now, he should be going the opposite way to cut off his opponent right now. Not just follow. If he did that, then it would be a lot of success in terms of his opponent being confused and his movement being thrown off altogether. And then at that point, Kevin, I believe, being the fighter that he is, a puncher, will have him exactly in the position that he wants him to land that big shot.
The crowd now coming alive for Kevin Torres. Evades an uppercut from Rodgers. Torres, good job so far of pressuring, but not finding the mark at times. Very difficult opponent in front of him, one that has been able to avoid the better punches of Kevin Torres.
And Rodgers is in shape, man. He continues to move laterally, side to side, over and over. He hasn't given Kevin Torres the opportunity to let his hands go in the corners.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking of, Chris. I was just thinking about him basically moving like this for the majority of the fight, because you know that Kevin's going to come forward and he's going to come and do this to you, especially knowing that you're a defensive fighter, because that seems to be the formula. Fighting a defensive fighter is pressure, pressure, pressure.
Yeah. And at times it's effective, and at times it's ineffective pressure by Kevin Torres. But when he lets Rodgers just circle and circle and circle, and not cutting him off.
Torres missing with his combinations. Rodgers just leaning there. Needs to be careful he doesn't get clipped with an overhand as he gets out of that corner. Gets clipped by a hook. Rodgers firing back, countering well.
And for the first time, I think I see Rodgers a little bit hurt.
Rodgers giving a look at Torres right there at the end of the round. As ice being put on the face of Kevin Torres. Winning all these rounds so far, I feel, with his pressure, with his work to the body, but having difficulties in there with an opponent that's very, very tricky, and Andrew Rodgers. So we begin round number 5, 6 rounds scheduled in the super lightweight division. Kevin Torres, our main eventer, looking to improve his record on a 4-fight win streak. Looking for win number 5. Hoping to get a big knockout. 3-punch combination from him. Rodgers answering back with punches on his own. Rodgers needs to be careful with leaving that lead hand down. Doesn't want to get clipped with the hook. Hook from Torres going to put him down. Rodgers missing there with a big punch. Torres responding, digs down to the body, follows it up. Torres
Right,
being
right.
successful with this pressure at this point. Rodgers, it's tough, man. Let me tell you, Chris, it's tough when you have a guy that's on you like Torres, could punch hard, and you can't keep him off of you because you don't have the power to keep him off
you
you.
can't keep him off you. So once again, he was showing the fact that he was in shape first few rounds, but now it doesn't seem like he is. It's wearing on him. That pressure is wearing on him.
Stop. Step back. Step back.
Rodgers doesn't want to let go.
You're holding. Let's go. Fight.
Rodgers now standing a little bit more in the pocket, still moving though. Throws a jab to the body. Gets countered there, does Torres. But Kevin, Rodgers is looking like he is starting to slow down a bit.
Yeah, I
switch
think he's
southpaw.
going by the pace of the bout itself. Actually, I think Kevin isn't pressing him as much at this moment. So I don't think he feels in his own mind that he has to move as much.
Jabs traded by both fighters. Hook their lands for Torres, but not flush. The final seconds now of round number 5. Torres continuing to pressure on his opponent as Rodgers appears to not be too affected by the power punching of his opponent, but seemingly losing on the scorecards overall in this fight. So we take a look back at some of the action from round number 5. Kevin Torres setting up a straight, lands flush, misses with the hook. It's been a tricky style for him so far up to this point. Has had some success with pressuring forward, being effective with that pressure and cutting off the ring, but at times though, missing big. As we come down to the final round, our main event, Kevin Torres taking on Andrew Rodgers here at the 4 Point Sheridan live on Fight Up TV. Torres looking to get the 15th win of his career. Trying as much as he can to knock out his opponent. But Rodgers, though losing, hasn't been a target that Torres can fully put all his weight down and put all his power behind his punches. No, Chris, what does Kevin need to do in the future to be able to stop a guy like this?
Well, first, he's going to look at what went wrong in this fight, and it's just the fact that he let Rodgers move, and constantly move. You know what I mean? He didn't cut him off. He didn't set any traps. He didn't really put his hands together. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the telecast, this is the type of fight that we haven't seen Kevin Torres, or the type of fighter that we haven't seen Kevin Torres fight. And he's having a slightly hard time. He's winning the bout, but he's having a hard time.
Rodgers doing a little shimmy there, doing a little dance with Torres. Been dancing all night though. Looking pretty at times, at other times getting caught by the punches of Torres.
This might be the best round of Rodgers. He might not be winning it, but this is the best he's looked so far.
Do you agree with that, Kevin?
I totally agree. But I think it's just because it's fatigue is obviously set in. Last round. A little showboat action.
Rodgers showboating, yeah.
Yeah, but it's the last round. Kevin know he's won. I mean, he still has his foot on the gas, obviously, as we see. But he know he has it in the bag. So
good series of counters from Rodgers. Torres tapping his glove, saying, "Hey, let's go." As he's now letting his hands go here, has Rodgers in the corner. Rodgers just
what a
hey,
nice left
big
hook.
punches there from Torres.
And as I said, he was winning the fight. I mean, the round, Marcos. Kevin Torres go ahead and takes it right back. You can't have it, sir.
Final 10 seconds here. 4-point Sheridan, our main event. Kevin Torres, Andrew Rodgers. 6 rounds are up and in the books. Both fighters acknowledging each other. Good sportsmanship there. Good effort by both fighters.
And I would say a clean sweep for Mr. Kevin Torres.
Rodgers on the ropes.
A win for him was not getting knocked out. I think that's why he did that.
You know what, though? I'll be honest. I was impressed by the defense and the movement of Rodgers.
I agree with that.
That, to me, is the hardest thing to do in a boxing fight. And I think the most skillful, highest skillful thing that you could show as a boxer.
I definitely agree. I definitely also was impressed with his defense. I think he did a great job avoiding a lot of big punches that probably would have really put him down early in the fight.
You're right. He evaded a lot of shots, but you have to punch and you have to throw in order to win fights. So he just got outworked.
Yeah, no question. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a fight.
Yeah. You only
a
win
lot of
by
people,
punching,
a lot of people want to, don't want to take punishment. They want to be defensive, but at the end of the day, you have to hit your opponent.
Kevin Torres acknowledging his supporters, fans in the crowd, confident that a win will go his way and that he'll get his 15th professional win inside the squared circle, as the scorecards have now been rendered. We're awaiting now the official decision from our ring announcer, Pablo Flores. Pablo, you ready? Take it away.
Damas y caballeros, después de 6 rounds de combate, tenemos la decisión de los jueces. After 6 rounds of boxing, we now have the judges' scorecards. Los 3 jueces, all 3 judges, Pat Russell, Alejandro Rochin, and Ángel Ramos, have the same scores of 59 to 54. Coinciden en números 59 a 54 los 3 jueces. For your winner by the way of unanimous decision, su ganador por la vía de la decisión unánime, Bellingham, Washington, and Mazatlán, Sinaloa, the Diamond Boy, Kevin Torres.
Can't help but chuckle. Andrew Rodgers had his hands up. He thought he won the fight.
Not just that, but he stepped in front of the camera.
You can't knock the hustle, man.
Yeah,
right? You can't knock the hustle.
Like, I'm gonna feel like a victor today somehow, some way.
Well, you mentioned maybe him not getting knocked out, not being put down, is more of a moral victory for him against such a big puncher in Kevin Torres.
Absolutely. And for all the viewers like watching, on YouTube and everything like that, seeing Kevin. Obviously he's a a built guy, so I think he's extremely happy with not getting knocked out by a guy like that.